All right, we're back with Dave. Dave, if you haven't seen our other video, you were nice enough to offer us your tailgate glass for the Bronco.
Yes.
Yeah, and you were just building this while we were doing that?
Just finishing this up.
Nice, and that was a week and a half ago.
About a week and a half ago. Yeah. It's come a long ways in about 4 weeks.
You picked this up from the airport for this. I did not expect you to have that.
I told you. I said, what would you like me to pick you up in? And you said, the Charger.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
what you don't know is this is a 69.
69 Charger.
He also has a 68 with perfect paint, perfect everything. That's what I thought we were coming in, but here you show up with this. Well, let's take a look at this. I'm pretty excited, I'm not gonna lie. Of course it's got a Cummins in it. Here we go. What is it exactly?
It's 69 Charger, basically clamshell body dropped onto a 1997 Dodge Ram 1-ton dually 4-wheel drive.
Now, I gotta get this out of the way because a lot of people are gonna be upset that you destroyed a Charger and made a buggy out of it. Why did you do it?
This Charger had been sitting in the woods of southern Indiana. It was, near as I can tell, about 26 years. It had been previously placed onto a 79 Dodge Ram chassis, and it was not very well installed onto the 79 Ram chassis, but it did have steering and brakes. It had a shifter.
It was in the bush for 26 years. Somebody else bought it, and plunked it on a Dodge Ram, did a terrible job, and did that get your motivation going?
Yes. Well, of course I love it. It was, so yeah, roughly 26 years, and when I saw it, I knew that what I wanted to do with it. But they had cut off the front frame rails, and the K-frame was missing. So it was actually sheared off here, and there was nothing at all forward from that. The back of the car underneath the back seat had so much dirt underneath it, it looked like somebody poured bags of topsoil inside the car, because that's how much debris and mouse nests and everything else that was in the car. It was pretty well gone underneath.
Nice, and you've restored plenty of cars in your life.
Oh yeah, lots of Mopars, lots of Japanese cars, built some neat 4-wheel drive retro 6.0 4L80 4x4 trucks.
Okay, so you know what it costs to build a car, and you knew that this wasn't savable.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
we'll just get that out of the way right away. Save your comments. You destroyed the Dodge. You saved a Dodge that Mother Nature was going to swallow whole in the next little bit.
It was being reclaimed.
Yeah.
The other neat thing about it is it's still kind of a rare car, a factory slant 6 car. They made fewer slant 6 Chargers in 1969 than they made Hemi Chargers in 1969. So this is a one of 435 slant 6 cars, and then you break it down into automatic versus manual, and it's kind of a rare car.
Well, thank you for saving it.
I don't know if I saved it, but it relives. It's reborn.
I don't know whether it had a good life or a bad life. We got reincarnated with...
So the truck itself started off life, it was a dually extended cab 4-wheel drive, no back doors, 5-speed, and a pine tree fell on it and hit it about in the A-pillar and laid across it, and it hit the truck so hard that the driver's seat folded. That's how, so not only did it crush the roof, it folded the driver's seat completely in half. I mean, it was a big pine tree, and when I picked it up, they had already cut the roof off of it, and it was full of pine needles, full of pine shavings. It did run and drive, but it was full, it was soaked, it was...
You don't have to explain the donor Dodge and your justification for that. I'm very bad for that, where I've owned like a dozen Dodges that have never made it on the road.
But where you guys live at...
You destroyed a Mopar and you destroyed the Dodge truck.
But where you guys live, Cummins are more easily, readily available. You can find Cummins like that. Now around here, I mean, a Cummins dually 4-wheel drive extended cab 5-speed, you're probably talking a $12,000 to $15,000 truck in central Indiana. Yeah.
Can we take it for a ride?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Let's get going.
Let's go.
Does the seat go back?
No, I didn't fix that part. No.
So that's kind of a deterrent for people stealing.
It is. We're almost the same height. Almost. You and I, except you're a foot taller than me.
the Charger dash.
69 Charger dash, yep.
It's a little tight.
Yeah, don't get your fingers caught in there, by the way. But imagine it once the hood stack's on it, you know? With a hood stack, it's gonna be crazy. That's my goal. Hood stack, maybe bigger injectors.
Do me a favor, make it so that you can do it both ways, like almost like a flapper, that you can do it up or you can do it down.
Yeah,
because this thing is, like, the frame's ready to go.
Yeah.
So you can cruise in this to shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
But when you got a stack there blowing at you, that gets
yeah, I don't know how big of a cutoff. They have electric cutouts. And if I could get a 4-inch electric cutout, that might be ideal.
You just need like a drain valve off a pipe or something that you can just like manually just like flip up.
Hang on, I don't want to do anything crappy. I don't want people look at this and go, wow, what? That thing's crappy. So I can do stuff top notch. Go straight. I don't want to lose my shop.
This is awesome, man.
Does it feel weird driving a car like this?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it's like we've been driving a truck the whole week, so it's nice that like it's about the same height as the Bronco almost. So you had the whole front end kind of laying around?
Which part? No,
well, I don't know, your fenders
the
and
fenders
whatever
came
cover.
with the car when I bought it. Ironically, I bought the 69 Charger from the same guy that my 68 Charger came from. And he listed it for sale, and I said, you should have just called me immediately, because he knows that I like this kind of stuff too. But
yeah.
the 68 Charger is beautiful. It's very hard to put out something that you consider a work of art for yourself and show it to other people, because I have had, believe it or not, a few negative comments about the Charger.
I love the fact that you kept a lot of Dodge, because this is still Dodge.
It's all Dodge, yep.
It's all Dodge. The whole firewall is still Dodge.
Basically what I did was I cut the bubble off of the outside of the fender. You know how it's kind of got like a Freightliner look to it. And I cut that off, but all the inner fender's still there. So you still have support for the batteries, things like the AC. And then, so these are actually the fenders that came with the car when I bought it. And as you can see, they have seen better days, but brand new Dodge Charger, used Dodge Charger fenders can be $1,000 or more.
Yeah.
Brand new ones are $500. And honestly, I cut so much of this fender to clear it. Even like right there, you can see where the battery protector is. That's actually the lid from the self-tapper box that I had, and I cut it open because I didn't want to make sparklers with it.
Yeah.
So
I just love the fact that the outside of the fender is a Charger, the inside of the fender is Dodge Ram.
Well,
it's truly married.
Minus the 2x4 that's in there. So, but yeah, it is truly married together. And then the grill was just a grill I had. So this is the 69's original nose piece with the 69's original Charger, and that's just mesh. And I just, I couldn't bring myself to put, you're talking a $1,500 grill in this, which I have the grill for this car, and it's pretty decent, but
I'd sell the grill and use it to buy diesel to drive this thing. That's my solution to that. Firewall Dodge is right here.
Yep.
And dash is right here. That's a big gap.
Yeah, and it was all climate control that was in that gap. So originally the windshield wipers, as well as the cowl where it would take in fresh air, is up here. And then of course the Charger's cowl is almost 1.5 feet behind that.
Okay.
So I still haven't closed up that area, but it does have, I'm getting ready to turn 49 years old. I really like air conditioning. And this thing still has heat, air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, 4-wheel drive. I have a 2015 Dodge truck and it drives about like that.
Yeah. The far back is so far rotten, you just cut the sides of the bed off and have it sitting on the bed floor?
It is sitting on the bed floor, so this is actually 6.5 feet of Dodge Ram bed floor with the bed sides cut off. And it's got a 37.7 inch section taken out of the frame rails. Dodge has kind of a convertible frame from the factory, so they can build 6-foot beds, 8-foot beds, 10-foot beds. And so you knock out the rivets and then you essentially squish it. Use your frame squisher on it. One of my priorities was to center the wheels in the wheel openings, and then also to not let the car look like it was flying in midair over the tops of the frame rails. I didn't want it to look like you throw a chicken through the frame and the body of the thing. You know, that doesn't leave a good look. I mean, you see this done a lot, and you see it done a lot not very well.
Yeah, yeah. And I like the stance right where it is. And I was commenting, the back is just a bit higher than the front. Like it's got that little bit of lean forward, and the fact that you can see a little bit through to the other side.
Yeah,
but not much. Like you see some that, like you said, they're up way too high, too overdone.
Lowered about 7 inches.
Okay.
Because I'm like, wow, you bolted it, you welded that and everything. No, you just self-tapped the.
Dana 80 in the back, Dana 60 in the front, 410 gears. If you look underneath it, you might not want to drive it anymore.
No, like.
So I thought to myself, what's the noisiest tire I can possibly purchase and put on this? And I thought, used mud grapplers. So I've been thinking about putting these on. These are 40s on 17-inch Mickey Thompsons. And I know you said you like the look of the 35s, the 35-inch 20s.
Yeah.
But it's growing on me a little bit.
Okay. There's no harm in putting them on and taking them back off, but the internet has seen it in its glory with this rim setup, and I think I love the stance just the way it is because it's still easy enough to get in and out of. It's not like stupidly obnoxious, but like you were saying, you've seen lots of bodies being put on and giant and high and good mud trucks or whatever just for fun, but this one's still drivable because the whole undercarriage is fine. I like the look of this.
Well, I plan on pulling my camper with this too. I'll pull my camper with it. I'll pull my 68 Charger to shows with it.
Nice.
It's still going to be a completely functional vehicle. Mo Party's coming up here in 3 weeks, and I'd like to drive it to Mo Party and pull my 68 Charger behind it.
Yeah.
And I think that would freak people out pretty thoroughly. But it runs and drives like any 12-valve Cummins ever would.
Nice.
You mean you don't like it when your fingers touch the dashboard?
When my knees touch the dashboard.
And we're the same height, it's so weird.
Oh man.
I did check the tire pressure last night. The tire pressure was 80 PSI on all four.
Oh yeah.
That seems a little high, doesn't it?
A little bit.
For a
Vehicle rough ride. I don't know how much weight you plan on putting on it.
Probably not that much. Well, you do get a lot more whistle from this side.
You do. It sounds awesome. You never heard that?
I think that you're getting a different sensation of sound on that side. Go straight. Go straight.
We'll rev it up a little bit.
You definitely hear more turbo on the side. Yeah, absolutely. It drives so good.
Yeah, right. You know what really gets me is very little squeaks and rattles. Like, you've got almost as many squeaks in the Bronco, believe it or not.
Its name's Bulletproof.
And where'd that come from?
Well, the 68 Charger that unfortunately lost to Steve McQueen in the movie Bullet. And then also it had bullet holes, quite a few bullet holes in it, in the glass, in the windshield. And it's going to be, the Bulletproof kind of is a slang term for a pretty tough diesel truck. Yeah.
Very cool. And you were saying you had a lot of license plates?
I have some license plates, sealing the floor up, yes. And they're real convenient when you need a small piece of sheet metal. And they're colorful, they're neat. you know,
And they're strong because they're embossed.
yeah. So you take them and you lay them face down on a 4x4 and beat the embossing down a little bit, and then you can fold them nice and neat, and you can get them to fit in every nook and cranny.
You don't even need a bead roller.
Right. So this is actually the '69 Charger's dash pad with the 1997 Dodge Ram Cummins instrument cluster, shifters, steering column. But this is the original, so that's the original nasty seat belts that were laying in it, and I repurposed them, so I cleaned them up and put them in there. So that's about how dirty the inside of it was. And the back seat is the third row out of a Suburban that I had. There's a sign in here that got kind of popular. I made a will work for Dodge Charger parts. This is the cassette from the movie that we all know and love from Madonna called Who's That Girl? And it was in there, so I decided to leave that. And then this is what's called a pencil monster. I found him in there as well, so he stayed as well. I firmly believe if they lasted in there for 25, 26 years, they probably should stay.
They deserve to stay.
Yeah, so the pencil monster stays, the cassette stays, even though, as you see, my hi-fi system seems to be a little worn down in this.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Making all the right noises that a 68 Charger should.
69 Charger.
69 Charger. The other one's a 68.
Yeah, the 68's the big Flowmasters. it stops pretty good, but give it still has drums in the rear, so. Yeah, this is probably one of my son says this is the weirdest thing he's ever ridden in.
Yeah?
And of course he's starting to get into muscle cars, but he also likes Cummins, and he likes, he likes four-wheel drive, so it kind of hit all the checklist with him.
I appreciate you letting me drive it.
No worries.
Plan is, you're gonna be at Mo Party with him?
Mo Party, and then I'll see you for Fun Fording.
Yeah. The Charger, man, it is awesome. If you feel lonely and you want to talk to random strangers, just drive this. No matter where you go, you will be having people ask and talk, and
It does get a little attention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's actually 1 month old today.
That's amazing. The amount of work. I know what it takes to get something going. You're gonna paint it too, right? Polish it, super.
I enjoy it so much like this, though. It's got kind of a snow camo look with a little Evel Knievel kind of thing going on.
Yeah, there's an old sticker on the other side there. That's cool.
The racing stripes that probably did it, And the amazing thing is somebody, laid those out 25 years ago and painted it red, white, and blue.
And somebody tried to sand it off?
Well, it must be lacquer because it does not come off. We've color sanded it, we've gone through it, but originally it was white, then it was silver, then it got this, and then it looks like somebody black primed it after that.
It devalues it with every paint job.
I'm pretty sure I devalued it enough by putting a Cummins in it. So.
Awesome. If you guys have viewer builds, definitely submit them to our website because we are starting to travel a little bit more. So if we're in your area, we might send you an email or what, and we'd love to take it for a spin and kind of crawl over it and see what you guys are coming up with. We love this stuff. Remember, if you're not filthy, you're not rich. Here we go.